Hey everybody, it's Steve, and today I'm going to be doing a video teaching you how to use scripts when playing Townstar. Now, obviously, this is something that you're going to have to learn how to do if you want to compete on the weekly server and try to win some of the Gala tokens. And I'll show you why really quick by taking a quick look at my town, and then we'll get into the sites that you need to go to get the scripts. And I'll give you at least one software you can use to use them with Google or with Google Chrome or with the Brave browser if you're using that currently. So I'm going through this kind of quickly. Hopefully I get through everything, and I might take a break for water. I am pretty much over my cold, but every once in a while when I talk a lot, my throat feels a little funny. So sorry if I'm going to take a few drinks in this video. So let's bring over my town. Now, my town is currently running the AutoCell Advanced Leaderboard and Production Tracker. The Production Tracker is really good because it's helping me fine tune the idea of what I need to do to my town and about what levels I need to have things at to have them working well. Now, I have 2 butter stands and 3 cake stands, and the idea here is 2 of them are making butter, 2 making batter, 1 working cake, and I'm making cakes at about an 11.7 per hour clip right now with the way things are running. I currently have 2 of my wheat stands not working that would normally just need wood because they do chew up a lot of wood, and I was overproducing flour, so I'm gonna try to leave these off and then maybe try to play with the idea of turning off some of the other flour ones. The only reason I turned these ones off for this experiment is to not mess up my production, because I have these 2 wheat producing here, and if I turn off the other ones then I make too much wheat. I have to delete these. It's just more work. Also, just recently, I have noticed maybe I'm going to turn 1 back on because now my wood production is too much as I'm sitting here with 20 wood. But that's not what this video is about. I just wanted to wait till this happened. There you go, auto sell of eggs. So why is the auto sell of eggs good? If any of you have ever tried to make a cake town, I don't know about you, but eggs have been the bane of my existence. 1 egg thing makes too little when your town is running at this high end game level. 2 chickens make too much. So you got to sit here and you got to babysit your chickens and like turn one off. And if you walk away and you don't know what you're doing, you don't have an auto sell thing, you come back and all of your storehouse are full of eggs. And you're like, ugh, and you got to sell them all and empty out your storehouse. You just throw them away. You've got like, I don't know, 5, 15, like, I don't know, 10 storehouses to help avoid this. Well, I'm running a cake town with only 4, which can only hold 80 items. And that's considering I need to be able to hold salt, sugar, flour, eggs, and what am I forgetting? Salt, sugar, flour, eggs. Oh, butter. You have to hold the butter after it's made. So you have to. Oh, and milk. So you have to be able to hold all of those things. Well, this is what the auto scripting selling allows you to do, because you can set it so that you can say, okay, if I get to, for me, 16 eggs, which leaves me 6, which is enough to make 2 batters for both my batter workers, go ahead and sell 10. Because I only need around 6 eggs in my inventory. But and the same thing you can do for your silos. If I happen to hit 17 sugarcane, if I happen to hit 17 flour or wheat, or if I happen to hit 17 salt, go ahead and just sell 10 of those. That way my silos never get full and my fridges never get full. And you could do the same thing for items in a warehouse with this script if you're someone who doesn't make cakes. I make cakes mostly because I have a sugar bot, a salt bot, and a BitTrue legendary wheat stand, and those are the NFTs that earn me the most Gala coin. I can go ahead and show you quickly. I can't show you quickly. I got to remove this builder house. My final build actually had absolutely no empty tiles except for this one. So now all of our NFTs are given a value of how much Gala Townstar coin they earn. They have to be on the map when you claim. That's all they have to do. That's why these 2 are currently in my wallet. But when I go ahead and go to claim, I have another one. I just delete a few crops, put them there, and then you hit this and you hit your claim, and this is how many I'm earning per day. It's really cool. It's helped me moved up to level 21 on the Gala leveling. We don't know how important Gala leveling will be, but I have a general idea that they want their first token to be successful. And so when these new games come out, there's definitely going to be some perks that are maybe only available to people who are at a certain level of Gala power. And you can do that by either owning a lot of Gala token or by owning a lot of Townstar coin. So we've covered the auto sell. You've seen it in action and why it's good. You've also seen the production monitor. So what's the advanced leaderboard do? So if we go to the leaderboard, I'm sitting here at 389th place. I'd probably be higher, like I was right around 300th place, and I had some internet issues. I was offline for a little bit, and I accidentally full screened something else, totally messed up my rank. I currently have 3 million points, going on 4. Top player has 12. I don't know how they get 12 million points. If I figure it out, I'll do a video about it, but I have no idea. But what this lets you do is, let's see, I wanted to see where Unicornville is. Okay, so Unicornville is by a river. He's not by an ocean. He's definitely not making cakes. He's probably making uniforms with that location. Now, also, let's say I want to know where do the best players play, right? What do they probably make, or what tile are they on that they can probably make? Well, let's zoom in here past these clouds. Okay, so we have a desert, double ocean, our double river in the desert, the top player. And so you can imagine that he is probably also making uniforms. He could be doing a grape rush. I don't know. I guess I can hang out here until he sells something and see what's in the truck. I didn't notice that the stuff in the trucks actually show you what's in the back of it. So that's a way that you can spy on somebody. And let's go ahead and go to the leaderboard. We'll look at one more top player who's not with BTB. This is this guy. So he's in a triple river. So he got a triple river spot. It looks like uniforms might be the way to go to make the most points. I'm not, or it's still grapes. I don't know if a grape rush still works. These guys look like maybe they're just doing grape rushes. So maybe grape rushes still does work. I'd have to talk to these teams to find out. But that's what the advanced leaderboard does. It also would let you get back to your town. There you go, which I know can be kind of annoying if you forget where your town is. I went right next to a city, and right here, one of the reasons why, a new aspect of the game, is you start with 99 gas, and so you want to be close to a town so that you can rush and sell things very quickly. At least that's my opinion. All right, let's go ahead and get into the scripting now. I'll move this off screen. I'll have a link to this for those that just want to skip into it. So how do you do those scripts? How do you have auto selling? It's very important to use in the game so that you don't have to babysit your town. You can walk away for a few hours and do something else, and you never fill up on any items. Okay, so who made these? Somebody it goes by the name of Groove made the first auto selling script, and we can get it here on the Gala Analytics, and I'll have a link to this. And it explains, basically, there's instructions that you can read here on how to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how you would do this. At this point, I would ignore Auto Seller V1 unless you are going to just be a player who silica rushes or who grape rushes, and that's all you sell for the entire time, because this one is only good for selling one item unless you are very good at editing script code and you understand coding a little bit. In general, understanding coding a little bit will help you understand what's going on here. Not needed, though, to use these. So let's go ahead and go down to version 2. What you're going to do is you're going to right click on these, and you're going to do a save link as, and you need to save it into something like Notepad or something else. And then once you've saved it into Notepad, I'll go ahead and bring it up. You're going to have basically this, and you can look at it. It's just a notepad. There's no viruses. There's no zip file. I've downloaded these, and they're safe. It's just a script, and it's everything that you would need for a script. And then if you read through his page, he mentions one other software that you can use that he uses to run these scripts, and that is the TamperMonkey site. We'll come back here and look at the other scripts as well, but as you can see there underneath it, there's the enhanced leaderboard version 2. You're going to do the same thing and save that one, and then you're going to do the same thing on the production rate monitor. So the software that they use is called TamperMonkey. TamperMonkey is a plugin for the Google Chrome or Brave browsers. There is probably something similar for Safari, but you're going to have to look into that on your own if you are playing on a Mac. But you get this installed. If you come to this site, and I'll have a link in the description, this is going to say install. Since I already have it installed, you're going to see I have this little TamperMonkey. You're going to go ahead and click on here once you have it installed, and you're going to go to your dashboard or create a new script. You can do either or, but I'm going to show you from the dashboard because it's just a little simpler for me to show you from the dashboard, show you that I currently have some running, and then currently show you how you would make a new one. Now, I'm not going to actually save the new one I make because I already have them in here, but I'm going to show you how you would add one new one to the system so that you know how to do it, and then I'm going to take you into the 2 and show you how you need to edit them, my live ones, if you were to be changing things. So once you are in this screen here, you are going to, oh, did I mess this up? Oh yeah, hit plus, and you're going to get a new script. So you just hit this little plus icon, you get to the new script thing. Now, the first thing you have to do is highlight all this data and delete it. Then you need to open the script of the one that you currently want to add. So this is the auto sell one. You need to do a select all. You need to do a copy. I'm doing this all with the mouse. If you know how to do that stuff with a keyboard, go ahead, but it doesn't show as well. And then you paste it in as plain text. Now at this point, you would have your script in there and it would be ready to go, but what would it be doing? So what it would be doing is nothing, because except for selling silica if you get to 100, because the default that you come with in the script doesn't actually sell anything, but it comes with 6 examples of how to enter something to be sold. So you see here, this is the only area in the script that you will be editing. I will also show you that it will show you if you make mistakes, and if you make mistakes, the easiest thing to do if you can't fix them is delete everything and start over. But the basic idea is the only thing that you need to do is copy one of these lines if you want to sell something. So I'm just going to do Control C this time. Put it in under it so it's the same thing, and then change the red word. Do not delete the quotations. So let's say I want to sell sugar. There we go. Now it has to be the exact name with capital letters like it is in the game. So if you're not sure, you go to your game and you check the item that you're trying to sell. Then what keep amount and sell minimum mean? Keep amount is how many that you want to keep. So remember my example of eggs? Well, in my cake town, I like to make sure I have at least 10 sugars. That's on the high end of what I want, but that's because to make a cake you need 10 sugars. I don't want to sell them unless I have 20 is what I'm saying. In this case, with sell min at 100, I would not sell sugar until it's at 110. But I want to sell at 20, so I'm going to shrink that down to 10, and now I have made a line to say sell sugar but keep 10 and sell when you get 10 more than the keep amount. Now, if you are using freights to do this, you would put keep 10 and sell when you reach 100 over the 10. That would only really be with grapes. Though in that case, on the Pinot or grapes, you'd probably have keep 0, sell minimum 100, because you're just looking to get rid of those grapes as fast as you can. Now, you'll see it comes with these lines in there, but you just add whatever you need. You can sell any item in the game that can be sold, and you can put it into here. So now I'm going to go back to my installed scripts because I don't really want to save that, and I'm going to show you my auto sell script, and then I'm going to show you the production rate monitor so I can give you a few more tips. So we'll start with the auto sell. So here's my auto sell, as you can see. Now when I started the game, I was doing feed and wool to rush myself to have a lot of money before creating my cake town. It's probably part of the game I need to get better at, is that early on rush, because I don't think I make enough money quick enough, and then the other towns just get to selling those top tier items faster than me. But I had lines in my bot here that did feed and wool. I didn't do silica or grapes, but there's no really real reason to delete lines of code out of here because you don't do the item. Because another day they might say, hey, this week we're doing silica's worth extra money, wine is worth extra money, or whatever, and you're going to have to add those lines of code back in. So in coding, you might know this or you might not, but basically 2 forward slashes makes it so a line of code is ignored by the program. So all you have to do is put 2 forward slashes in front of an item. I'm not going to save this, but I'll show you, and it will turn it a different color, and then it won't work. Now, I'd show you what happens if you were to make a mistake. Let's say I tried to enter brine, and I accidentally just deleted the little mark here. Well, see, you get a red X over here. It's saying something is wrong. Something in your line of code is wrong. Now, in this case, you should be able to notice this really quickly. But let's say you accidentally delete all of them. Something happens. You can't get it. There's X's all over the place. That's where I say just go ahead, delete everything else out. Take that copy you have in your notepad and put it back into here. So this is an example of the auto sell script. Once you're done, you just have to hit file and save. I didn't change anything, so I won't be doing that. And then once you've saved it, if you go back to your dashboard, let me close. you'll see that you enable them with these little on and offs. Once you enable it, though, it won't work until you go ahead and do a refresh on the game. So you do have to refresh the game and go ahead and have it come back up, and then you'll see the things show up. I do suggest you get all of them there and working. Start off with the enhanced leaderboard, then the production rate monitor, and the auto sell last, because if you do the auto sell wrong, you're going to be kind of bummed out when it starts selling stuff you didn't want to, or it's not doing anything. But it's a lot easier to get the production rate monitor working and make sure it's working, because it adds those text fields onto the screen, so that lets you know you did it right. So let's go ahead and get in here so I can show you an example of how this one works. When you first install this one, it's only going to have maybe one item here. But basically, all you need to do is copy the line of code and add a line for each thing you want to monitor. So I monitor milk, sugar, cake, salt, flour, eggs, and butter. Those are the things that you would monitor for a cake town. So that really, let me get some water, is all I need. So that's all I have in here. I haven't used this for a wine town or a uniform town or a blue steel town. So because of that, I have not put in lines, but eventually I would just comment all these lines out, add in the lines that I need for those productions, and then I would be able to do that. For the enhanced leaderboard, you actually don't change anything on this one. You just copy it, paste it into here, save it, enable it, and it'll be working. That's how it did it for me. You shouldn't have any problems with that. As you can see, oops, I did a save, so that's going to mess that up. Last updated was 17 days before I went into it, but now that I saved it, it will see. As you can see, I don't change the production monitor that much. 3 days ago, I added eggs into it. I wasn't really monitoring eggs. I decided to start monitoring it to see if I could figure out some way to fix it. I don't know how to not make too many eggs with 2 or to make enough eggs with 1. So, yeah. The auto sell I change all the time. This is really because I'm usually fluctuating things from selling all of it to selling some of it. Like in the beginning of the game, when you first make it, you don't want it to save 10 sugar. You just want to sell all the sugar until you have enough money to actually make cakes, right? So you are going to be editing that one the most, and so you will get kind of used to it, and you will have to refresh the game every single time you do an edit. So that really goes over the main points of scripting. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to go ahead and end it there just by doing one more look at my top 400 cake town. We have to go into it. It was going to be a top 300 cake town if my internet didn't go out on me. So hopefully next week my goal is going to be to edit this a little bit. As you can see, a theory I went with this week is I put all my shops up here, all my storage, and I'm making my windmill guys run to the storage thing instead of making my cake and butter people run to go get it. After watching this for a little while, I think I'm wrong. And the reason why I think I'm wrong is look at these guys run. They run slow, real slow. And these guys right here, you can't really see it because the cake makers, they seem to go a little bit quicker to me. They seem to have a little more hustle in their step. So I think it's going to be a better idea to spread these out over in this area, and then up in this area putting a couple of these buildings. So like take these 3, put those 3 up here, and then move those things, spread them out in between these. That way everybody just comes out of the row and runs to the end and puts it in, and then the cake and butter people can be over in this area, and then they'll run down to go get their items. So that's kind of my idea to maybe make this town be a little bit better. If anybody plays and has tips, go ahead and leave me comments. I'm going to end it there. Thanks. Bye, guys.